Hello and welcome to City Focus. I'm Diane Gonzalez. On January 18th, 2016, the nation will again take the time to honor the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The birthday of Dr. King is observed here in Lincoln with an annual youth rally and march, an event that is celebrating its 21st anniversary this year. Joining us now to talk about the event are Pete Ferguson. He's the Youth Rally Adult Advisor. His day job is with LPS, where he's the Youth Development Coordinator. And Pete, we think you've been involved 17 years?
It's been 17 years I've had the privilege to be involved.
Thank you, Pete. Riley Thomas is with us. This is the second year she's been involved, and she's a senior at Lincoln East High School. Riley, thanks for being here. And also rejoining us is Asia Fleming. Asia was here 4 years ago, and she was the youngest person ever to deliver the call to action keynote. So Asia is now an 8th grader at Skull Middle School, headed to Lincoln High next year. So Asia, welcome back to City Focus. Pete, we're going to start with you, just a little bit of history, how the event got started and kind of how it's changed over the years.
Well, in 1993, the late Dr. Leola Bullock called the community to action, called a number of the adult community stakeholders together and said, you know, we need to continue the mission and honoring and celebrating the work of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And she kind of put a twist on it. She says, I want young people to do this. And so you need to go out and you need to find a way to get young people involved, because they were missing kind of from that action, from the fight, so to speak. And so Mrs. Stokes, Mrs. Mays, individuals such as that, Dr. Kirkland, had access to young people due to their profession, gathered them, and in 1994, what became what you see today was the Youth Rally and March. And so it consisted of a wholly run event, planned, organized by youth. Only youth spoke. Only youth were involved. Youth were the key components of it, similar to the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee of the 60s. And they had speeches and recited poems. Johansi Christie gave the I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the state capitol. And it just was a really great experience to not only celebrate where we've come, but where we also need to go. And it really paid honor to not only Reverend Dr. King, but all those people in the civil rights movement and the people that were working today to make sure that everybody had equality.
Well, let's run down the list of events for the morning again. This is the morning of Monday, January 18th, 2016. The doors open at the UNL Student Union at 8, and then the pre-rally program begins at 8:40. At 9:45, there's a unifying march through the streets of Lincoln, and then at 10:30, the call to action program at the Warner Chamber at the Capitol. And as Pete mentioned, everything is planned by the students, including the theme. And Riley, talk about the theme this year, which is kind of a blend of the past and the present.
Right, the theme this year is action through his passion on what still needs to be done. And we have 3 hashtags to kind of bring in youth and use our social media. Hashtag Youth Action 1993, hashtag Reach the Mountaintop, and hashtag more.
Yes, need more.
And so the theme this year, we really wanted to honor Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And so we're in his passion for equality and everything that he did. And that's kind of what we want students to embody in our community. And so with a lot of our pieces we're talking about his actions and his passion, and how youth can kind of feed off of that and keep searching for equality. And Reach the Mountaintop is something he said in one of his speeches, and it was a very important part. And it's kind of it's similar to his I Have a Dream speech, but he has a dream of equality, and the mountaintop is like equality for all. And but we still need more. We've gone through a lot, and we've done a lot, but there still always can be improvement. And of course, youth action is what the rally is about, and getting youth involved and making our community better.
Asia, you've been involved for a number of years now. What's your goal for this year's program?
Well, I just really want people to leave inspired and wanting to take action in the community, and not just you know, watching things go by. Like, I want them to feel motivated and want to make a change.
How has being involved with the event for a number of years, how has that impacted you personally?
Well, I know I've really learned a lot, and I have made new relationships, and it's just been just great. And I think it's really going to prepare me for the future to, you know, bring light to issues that really matter.
Well, Riley, talk to me a little bit about Dr. King and how his work has impacted you and your family and friends.
His work has really impacted me to like be involved in my community, for one, because he was very involved in his community, and not just in his community, but in the entire country. I mean, he traveled all over, and he didn't just say things. He moved people with his words, and so it's encouraged me to like actually speak out for things that I really believe in and try to help others as well.
Now, one of the hashtags is Need More. Asia, what do you think needs to happen now?
Well, I feel like we've completed a lot. We've reached a lot of goals, but also there's a lot to be done. You know, we always talk about how there's a spot where once we reach it, it's over with, but that's really not true. There's always room for improvement.
When you see some of the things going on nationwide, even things here in Lincoln, do you get discouraged?
You know, maybe, but I feel like it should be more motivating to make change instead of discouraging.
So, Pete, when you're meeting with the students and things come up, like the incidents we've seen in the past year, how do you keep the kids motivated and hopeful?
Well, and you know, for me, I think they provide me hope, and I think that's one of the unique things about this experience. I don't call it an event, but this experience where we say, you know, they have an opportunity to educate people from 2 years old to 90. They have the opportunity to inspire, which they do. We often talk about, you know, motivation leaves the room once you do, but inspiration stays long after you're gone. And so the hashtag Youth Action since 1993, we know youth have played a significant role in change in this country way before 1993, but that was the inception of the rally and march. And so they are inspiring. I mean, once this ends, people are, you know, remembering what happened in 1994, who spoke in 96, or Asia's keynote, or Riley asking everybody to take a selfie last year. So, you know, those are memorable type things. And then the other part is the entertainment component. And so we know that they have that, you know, youth have that unique opportunity to entertain and to get those messages across. And so when you speak about, you know, the things that have happened in Ferguson or Missouri, or, you know, the tragedies that happened in Paris, we need to have that inspiration. We need to be educated so we don't continue to make some of the same mistakes. And then we also need to be entertained, because we also do need to celebrate the progress that we have made, but recognize that we want to be that much further 10, 15 years from now. And never not say that we want to work ourselves out of where we don't need a rally and we don't need a march, because we, like Riley said, reaching the mountaintop isn't just for one person, it's for every person. And so whether that's because of your gender, or who you choose to marry, or who you want to marry, or who you love, you know, we need to have equality for everybody regardless, so they can reach that mountaintop and everybody can be there at the same time and with the same amount of supplies going up that mountain.
Mm-hmm. Now, Riley, tell me, how can the community support your event?
Come. Make it a day on and not a day off. That's kind of a big thing about the rally that we always bring back every year. Come, celebrate with us, learn, and spread the message that we're talking to other people too. And I'd say the biggest message we're trying to spread is that it's about equality for people. Either, it doesn't matter, like race, gender, identity, like who you want to marry, like Pete said, and just like really spread love to others and know that they're, and like let them feel that they're accepted too.
Asia, why have you decided to stay involved since the beginning?
Well, every year, like Pete always says, you know, there's not one year that's better than the other. You know, you go through each year and things get, you know, you make improvements, and it just gets exciting every year, and I don't want to miss that.
How important is it that it is just completely run by students from all the different schools?
Well, I just feel like people think, adults are the ones that do everything. But, you really need to bring light to the youth. I mean, they've been a big part of a lot that's been happening. And I feel like it's kind of encouraging to us to tell us that we have the power to do things just as well as adults can. And so, yeah.
Well, I have been to the program numerous times. It is very inspiring. You also have sponsors who help make this possible.
This can't be just done by the people that are around the table, and so the Clyde Malone Community Center has allowed us to graciously have our meetings at the center, and it's a great opportunity there too as well because of the rich history as well as the contributions of those who've been involved in the center have made. So we hold our meetings there every week, and they're a tremendous, I would say they're kind of our gold level, our mountaintop sponsors, so to speak. We have individuals like companies like Action Electric, which help underwrite some of the cost of things. The Lincoln Journal-Star provides the program in kind. The City of Lincoln has definitely gone out of its way to help support in various ways that are needed with the route. The state capitol, and then Lincoln Public Schools also as well. And we have a lot of unique things and a lot of people, especially this year. I think we have some unique components that we're really excited about. The Mandate Steppers, made up of scholars from Bellevue East, the Bellevue area, are going to be coming and performing at the pre-rally, and this will be kind of a reunion for those individuals. So we're really excited about that. The Glory Singers, a choir of 40 middle school scholars from the area, are going to be performing pieces. So, those sponsors and that support, so to speak, it's not just financial, sometimes it's in kind, really helps us facilitate and have those components and help us educate, inspire, and entertain.
Well, last year, a really exciting component of the program to celebrate the 20th anniversary was the Portraits of a Movement. What happened with those beautiful art pieces? Are they now all over the community?
Yeah, it's fantastic. That was just definitely something that kind of took on a life of its own, so to speak. But we had the opportunity to display those, and it was done by the 8th grade art classes at Sco Middle School under the direction of Adam Schwaniger. And it was almost 30 some portraits of civil rights leaders, and those in February were auctioned off. And to various members of the community, the greatest part of it was some of the parents of the artists got to purchase their pieces. And so they're in bedrooms to a number of them are at Doane College. They purchased a number of pieces, so they're on their campus at Doane and also here in Lincoln. We do have one at Lincoln Public Schools, the one of Dr. Bullock, which we'll have forever to bring out every Martin Luther King Day. So they're all across the community, and we're excited about that, and that's another piece that lets that legacy live on.
As people are leaving the Capitol after being there the whole morning, what do you hope that they're leaving with, Asia?
Just like I said before, I hope that they leave and want to make a change. They want to feel like they want to make a difference, and just inspired and moved by the words that we're going to speak. And I just hope that they have a good time.
It is.
It usually is.
It's inspiring and entertaining as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Riley, what do you hope people leave with?
Kind of that spark to go out and make change, like Asia said, and also to be filled with love in all of our words, and so that they can take that and share it with other people as well. And I hope that they learn a few things too, because we like to educate people as well. But that they learn that they can make changes every year to the rally. And I think that's because of events that happen every year as well. And so maybe they can learn that we learn from those events, and that we share that with them too. So.
Well, thank you both very much, and good luck for the rally this year. I hope you have nice weather for the march as well.
Yeah,
again, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Youth Rally in March is Monday, January 18th, 2016. It begins with the 8:40 a.m. pre-rally program at the UNL Student Union. The doors open at 8 o'clock for that. The unifying march in nice, sunny, warm weather is 9:45 a.m. And then the program at the Capitol, the call to action program is at 10:30 at the Capitol. Now, if you'd like more information, the email address you can check out is mlkyouthRally93@yahoo.com, and that 93 again refers to the year that the late Dr. Bullock came up with this wonderful idea, and it's lived all this time.
Yes, most definitely.
Thank you, Pete and
Thank you.
Riley and Asia. It's so
Thank
good to
you.
see you
Thank you.
again. And thank you for joining us for City Focus.